Today I'm going to show you the easiest way to make an apron with wraparound straps and a front pocket from scratch without sewing. So let's get started. You'll need fabric scissors, a pen, a measuring tape, speed sew, and an iron. You'll need 1.5 yards of fabric, or 1.4 meters, preferably 100% cotton, but linen works as well. So you're going to start by folding your fabric lengthwise with the non-patterned side out and the folded side closest to you. Grab your tape measure and pen, and start by leaving about 1/2 inch to 1 inch of seam allowance and measure 13 inches up and draw a line. Then measure 31.5 inches horizontally along the folded side and mark it, and then draw a line 13.5 inches up from your mark. So now that you have your two lines 31.5 inches apart, draw a line to connect the two. Now measure 6.5 inches up from your first line and make a mark. Then measure 8 inches along the top line and mark it. Draw a curved line to connect the 2 points. So now once you have all the lines drawn out, grab your scissors and cut along the lines, creating your apron outline. We will be using the top section where we did not cut for the waist ties and neck strap. So for my 2 waist straps, I'm going to be cutting them 4 inches wide just because I personally like a thicker strap, and I find it easier to turn them right side out after we've glued them. So once we have the 2 waist straps cut out, I cut them to 38 inches, but if you don't like that wraparound look, you can cut them to 25 to 30 inches, depending on how long you want them. Now moving on to the neck strap, so cut the fabric 4.5 inches wide, but you can also do 2 to 3.5 inches wide if you prefer a thinner strap. Then I cut it 30 inches, but I will be cutting it shorter later in the video. So now grab your speed sew fabric glue and a piece of cardboard. The cardboard just makes the cleanup process a bit quicker, but it isn't necessary since speed sew easily comes off hard surfaces with some friction. And while using speed sew, I find it easiest to squeeze the glue onto a dish or container lid and use a Q-tip or a toothpick to make the application process just way more precise. So just apply the glue to the top edge of the strap. Once you have done that all the way along, fold the bottom edge up and apply pressure, and repeat that on all the other straps. And once that's done, put them aside, and now we'll move on to the pocket. So fold your fabric in half and measure out 15 by 9 for your pocket. Once the pocket is cut out, fold it in half with the non-patterned side faced out, and find the middle along the edge of your fabric and place an object or marker there so you know where to stop gluing. When you're applying the glue, leave about 1/2 inch at the top because that's going to allow us to fold in the rough edges. And then you can place a piece of cardboard in the pocket to ensure it doesn't stick shut. So now we're just going to let that dry and we can go back to the straps. So start by turning your straps right side out. And since we made the straps a bit thicker, it's pretty easy to do with your hands, but there are tools you can buy to do this. And so once all 3 straps are turned right side out, we can put them aside and go back to the pocket. To make the pocket 2-sided, just simply place a line of glue down the middle and apply pressure. So now let's let that dry and start working on the apron. Okay, so we're finally moving on to the apron. So we want to get that nice clean look and make it look like we just bought it from a store. So what we're going to do is fold the edges in twice, which will hide the rough edges. So I find ironing them down before gluing makes the process way easier. So I fold the edges in twice, iron it down, and then place a speed sew along the inside of the second fold. And then just repeat that on all 6 sides. And now for the straps, we're going to be doing pretty much the exact same thing. Fold the edges in twice and glue them down. And this is where you can cut your neck strap to your perfect length, so you can wrap the neck strap around your neck and see where you would like the apron to sit. And then glue the folded side down onto the apron. So for the waist straps, this part is optional, but to get a super clean look, I fold away from the crease and then glue it down. This helps hide the crease when you tie your straps around the back. Okay, we are almost done. The last step is to glue the pocket onto the apron. So find the middle of your apron and decide how high or low you want your pocket to sit. Then simply apply glue to all the edges.
But remember, don't hesitate to call on me for anything. Like you said, a human being, I'm going to make you take that chance. Things have been different for me ever since I met Hildy. I've never met anyone quite like her.
And just like that, you have made your own apron. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below.